Good morning. Happy 4th of July, 2022. Coming at you with a Mindful Monday, and it happens to be the 4th of July. So, trusting that many of you are off of work and home with families, and I hope all that goes really well. And for those of you who are on the job helping us celebrate the 4th, we appreciate you and all that you're doing. So, let's take a couple seconds and we'll do a little breath work. We'll do kind of same three different breaths that we've been doing. So we'll inhale wide, exhale tall, and then we'll do a box count, and then just some deep cleansing breaths as we finish up. So again, welcome to Mindful Monday, and happy 4th of July. So if you want to just get comfortable, either seated, if you're on a cushion, on the floor, laying down if you want, in bed, wherever you might be, in a chair. So just finding a nice, comfortable position that at the same time is relaxed, but also kind of alert and paying attention to your body. And let's just take a breath in, and as you do so, if you're comfortable, close your eyes, and if it's safe, and just kind of check in with yourself. And as you exhale, just think about for these few moments while we're breathing together, just kind of releasing and letting go of whatever it is that you may still be carrying from whenever. So just another inhale. Thoughts, emotions, just kind of honor them and hold them there and let them be. And if there's something in your body that's really holding on, maybe let go of that. So, all right, let's take a few breaths together. So here we go. Inhale wide, and so fill the chest and feel the lungs expand and increase. And exhaling tall as you let the air out, pulling your vertebrae toward the sky in an alert posture. Inhale wide, exhale tall. Inhale wide, exhale tall, stretching it up, and one more of those. And exhale tall. All right, so we'll do a little box breath. We'll do a 5 and 8 count, so more of a, not quite a box, more of a pyramid with a little bit of a hold over at the bottom. So here we go. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll close out with just some cleansing breaths. So as you inhale, and then exhaling through the mouth very audibly, kind of letting all that go. So inhaling in, deep and full, pulling in those things in which you need or want today. Could be abundance, joy, gratitude, love. Exhaling out and releasing all that does not serve you, anything you're carrying that does no longer need to be carried. And inhaling in. And exhaling it all out. 2 more of those. Inhaling in. Power, strength, courage, confidence, love, abundance, joy, gratitude. Exhaling out. Well, anything that's stuck and holding that doesn't need to be held. And last one. Okay. So, well, happy 4th of July. Everybody has a lot of different traditions, although there's a lot kind of common. There'll be fireworks and excess food and some beverage and families getting together and all of that. So I hope all of that goes really well. For my 4th of July, I listened to, and I just want to suggest that I'll put the link in the notes here for this, to a speech given by Frederick Douglass on July 5th, 1852. So he was asked by, I think it was the Women's Abolitionist Group of Rochester, New York. And so the day after 4th of July, he addressed them. So I'll put a link in there, and it's a pretty, honestly, kind of heavy. It's a dense read to some extent. The link's got that, and then Audible's got it narrated, which was really good as well. So anyway, just encourage you to maybe think about that. And it's really interesting, as an individual that was born into slavery and was eventually freed and educated and became a prolific writer, and his comments. And so on the one hand, it's an affirmation of America. And particularly, Mr. Douglass goes back and looks at the courage of the founders to seek separation from the oversight of England, and how rebellious that was in its day, and the courage that it would take to put something together, both in the Declaration and ultimately later in the Constitution. And just noted, and this was actually the 76th anniversary of that declaration, and so they were kind of looking back, not even 100 years old at the time that he gave this speech. So again, affirmation of the risk and the courage that it took to declare that independence and then to act on it, and what heresy it was at the time, even when that happened. So, and then there's an affirmation also by Mr. Douglass of the success in the foresight, and really taking a hard look at the ideals and the values that were ingrained within the Declaration and the vision that they had for that. And then Mr. Douglass so turns to a bit more of a reckoning on some of the failings and inconsistencies about the current America, and those same ideals, dreams, and values that were set forth in the Declaration and in the Constitution. And obviously, his focus of that speech is, at that time, slavery was still an institution that was recognized in the United States. And won't go into that. If you want to listen to it, you can sure do that, and you're probably aware of some of those kind of things. But at the time that he gave that, as a person who had been born into slavery and then later freed, commenting on that institution and the way in which it was inconsistent with really the values of America. So, and in that then there's a call to action. And so that is to celebrate and appreciate all that America is, and certainly do that as well. So great gratitude for where we live, the freedoms that we do have, the systems and institutions and structures that we have that support our lives, and the way in which we basically get to do the things that we want to do and chase our dreams and that. So on that sense, all great. So we want to be there, and at the same time, not just be there, because one of the things that makes our country great is the ability to offer critique and for people to come together in a democracy and to make changes, and to help bring their vision of America and justice and integrity and those other values that are part of the Declaration of Independence and our Constitution, and bring that. And so we'll celebrate those things, but also an honest examination of maybe some of the mistakes and omissions that have taken place over the years. And again, that freedom to be able to do so is one of the things that we cherish about being part of this country. And then I think the thing that hit home for me was this honest reflection, not just of our country, so it's not just kind of rose-colored glasses, but also, and this is what I was kind of thinking about, mindful patriotism. So, and it's really an honest reflection of our own kind of views and take on America. And then not just like recognizing those, but like maybe from a third person, like in that mindfulness kind of methodology, seeing yourself sitting on the couch and evaluating what it is that you believe and why, what we think about our country and why. And then just, so you're kind of dealing with that. So it really, as I was thinking about this, it struck me about when I went through seminary, there's two professors particularly, Ted Jennings, deceased, and Andre Lecoq. Andre was a professor of Jewish studies, actually taught at the Jewish school there that was there in Chicago when I was going to school. But the things that they were really clear about, and this was obviously in the sense of biblical interpretation, but I think it's true generally, but this is part of this honest reflection of ourselves, and this is where knowing the self and healing the self come in when we talk about the four parts of the self, but understanding kind of our own perspective, our own biases, our own beliefs in that way. And so, but they would always talk about that what you see depends on where you're standing. And I mean, you can take that literally. So if there's a mountain range out there and you're on one peak and you look at the mountain range from that one peak, it looks very different than if you look at that mountain range from the valley or a different peak or whatever. And that's true in each of our lives because of who we are and where we've come from. We have arisen to a different peak than maybe our brothers and sisters from a different background. And therefore we may look all at the same mountain range or the same valley, but they look differently because of where we're standing. So it's having that awareness of where we're standing and what we're seeing, and recognizing that despite our efforts maybe to see the whole picture, that from where we're standing, we can't see or know the whole picture. And I think that's what a bit of what Mr. Douglas was talking about and trying to help share and explain that. And then similarly, what we hear depends on who we listen to. And I think this is really true in today's world. I know it is for me, because we can all self-select exactly what we listen to and who we want to listen to. And it's easy to listen to people that we agree with, and a little bit more difficult to listen to people that challenge us. So just recognizing, though, that what we hear is really dependent upon who we listen to, and being intentional maybe about being outside of that. And that takes us back to kind of that mindfulness perspective of genuine curiosity. Whatever life experiences are going on, that we maintain that genuine curiosity, that we are intentionally interested in other people, other perspectives, and learning more and understanding why people think what they think, and those kind of pieces. So this 4th of July, encourage and affirm all the celebrations. So I hope you have a great day. I hope the weather's good, and I hope all the family things and friends, all that stuff works out great. But also a little bit of encouragement, just some sense of mindfulness around that, taking stock of our country and all the many, many great and wonderful things that we've done, and some of the things that maybe we could have done and didn't, or maybe we would do differently. And then just assessment about where we're at and where we're going forward. And I guess just encouragement on this 4th of July that democracy and justice, they require us to pay attention, to participate. And at least kind of where I'm at is to try to look for and find the common good that we can move toward, so that everybody has an opportunity, a fair and equal opportunity to reach out for and live that American dream that we all value so much. So wishing you a great 4th of July, a dose of mindful patriotism as you're moving through that day, and having a wonderful week as you move forward. Take care.